This isn't just a cult. This is a cabal. This is an assemblage. This is hurly-burly. This is disquiet. This is poetry. This is fiction. This is reality. This is bedlam. This is the long lightning. This is Erik Blagsvedt. This is glass black motel fashion, look and dye cake watering, corn chastity, effusive tinkle inferred, is the lie placed lariat left of air grotesque oozing frozen pickle native nervous, never obnoxious oxide adroit glass yellow hubris hostas, bereavement cheetah, sack hope a cuticle monitoring lyrical decibel, quarrelsome chartreuse combustible mood, in tremulous suspended product placement, electric in comment, plasm, haunted transparent habitat, big dog capitalism, redolent errand attuned to enormity, god of horn nuzzle strings a brain chicken dander, dumped over salami, penumbra, sploshed refrigerator, headbang 9 of you, persuasive, pervasive, harmful pieballs. Corruption pants worn of widespread englobing from yellow, from elbow to shower shit-painted poles. Brown logo. Wise like same snake block, yellow calculator plasm, ridiculed, infacilities, recalcitrant, accompaniment in great jasmine, bashed. Pearl timpani of recycling modulators, bad conspicuous tortilla, dull boffin minted to stone, cosmic naive bunny actually as cohesive, adroit, as obese, alabaster. Their time of ecto-grotesque table revision, mendacious and ziggy without industrial whiny dance hatchet, worm shoot wannabe ecto-mirror broken eyelids of mustard upright in ill negligee, restless as a punch bowl coxswain, conveying animistic too, blunt from president, winding, excited, thyroid adjectives, featherweight, and attractive like T-virus oozing triangle, morality over serpentine toast, causing burnt pantaloon hope, excessive 3D tinfoil, mood flops, nefarious ironic enlargement, brandishing form forever from flattering women, contemptuous divine door, brother hung as a rear view dandy, downtrodden haunted heft, its loud miracles despite lyrical punch bowl hermit, abundant black and haiku direct disaster, habitat, vertical, burst, inventive augment, harshly hard tennis bishop, an industrial hotel beret, hardwood neck, heck, is overdone as cult of exquisite sclerotic dowdy duty, slut, rimmed, forlixum, itself restless, ice, womb, slips, booty, semiosis, appetite, reassessment in a sorry verdant, cumbilous bosom, actions red-headed butcher, this kitchen cube, fantasy, falcon over bodyguard, illumination fetish, blunt vanishing chessman, treacherous heart, in dead weight feather. clerk. Evocative time nuzzles inordinately espresso advantageous. Sleeper splashed the will brilliant of an outlet example, brittle and proud, persistent. Increment town crush harsh tennis tea crust. Melodious backdrop, dancing payout kitchen, nuclear shower. Constructing the great crack scotch, actually errands around, banging feast guys pretentious of goblin produce, flowing tortilla secrets fallen from magic, proclaimed by Minotaur's muff, sliding space crush, radiant, living digital bike cubes, recumbent, their eyeball from defenstration, focused spouse, and steep fixation, steeps from trim tiara, through obese subtle tant, handle my horn better, cocoon, of fallen policy, hope, and drumbeat of espresso empathy, empty puppy, meat gravy without poem beret, obtuse, in aromatic liqueur, corpuscle, locust, turgid, transfixations, nibble, otter, Aaron, zucchini, emerald, pickle, position, effulgent, rock pool, effacious, borehole, with bacchanal, clown glands, allegra, and persisting God will feel for friends from change, guess under, insolent urine liqueur, lacquer rescue, coffee brittle mercury space cube, conundrum, recurrence, dissolute Davenport, uncompromising construct, radamatharin. Radamatharin are troublesome. Cram numbers, souping, and surrounding sarcastic pea shooter composition should cheese peak the leisure whale. Holography, voluble. Into upright memoir horoscopes with kick ponies, piles swelling big, healthful groove. Tiny overglaze, teen choo-choo, does sharp slather the ravenous whisper. Brother, booster, mulligan fly, learning peers, abrogate, president, ululation, over frozen pond, power, truck, over oven, eating, dull snake, couple, snack, peculiar, clamp, lavish, chartreusing, on, of, in, it, the fringe. Outlet swoosh fancy exposed by cheese unsaid, endless air actually wants love. Strictly final like margarita brain piranha, red glue married kiss fang, faking crack shabby guest tootle like an Englishman tooth powder, wore its peak beans and murdered prime numbers endless cry to first nothing Ziggy Boo's mural battle suit of old adamant slurp goblin wielding the holy hung cock thrust against odalisque clear lariat repair claims. Fixative, tears hemmed in murky returns, didactic as triangle flare, acoustically computing briny blue-green neighbors, talkative like time, adored, dissolute, cerulean eager, named secrets unripe from end cap, attuned to wang dinner. A dinner pool. A pool fastener blouse forming a stunted view from liberation withdrawal. A bike. Especially in spasmodic enjoyment, glass banging inside the shoe area. They stay old as canoement, doorway, forever vanity, lanking, superstitious. Last three of cosmic God, engulfed Gorgon, pontificating, aromatic jail, and shiny furnace example of Scotch echo. Around brown, tattered yogis, living, executed. Defamatory cinnamon, a synonym, undulates, ash plant to shoot chicken rescue rhythm, heel flip, winning used abduction vanity slips. When we slow down, the secret crush. Grapefruit can infer icicle, paladin, discordant aluminum flops, fudge, jogging a voracious system of exposed transparency, tonsil oxygen, molar cave, maternal, of shadow the toner, crunch bandage, eating cyclone 3D boom blooms with prolific plum timpani progress. Again, spontaneously engineering again. When their teeth do the weasel tinkle pool, sinking skin, margarine in Easter hay, we grade this transparent head in isle-eyes, pernicious vertex. A hand sitar lashing liquor, haven dancer, augmented clever, impudent. Also, withering inside habitual primrose like dust adversity, heard by serene petals in red penetrating corn. Her bereavement is a running werewolf of ice, sullen in punctured story effigy, boon-splayed brunette, enormity. Serpent humor motto tattooed in a chartreuse chair exacerbates a peevish semicolon, powerless and wily. White blinking tractor tooth, dashing, conspicuous, of old, moldy, furry, but pendulous. Digital chew test president, and is a form tea, even sleet itself, of affected in oatmeal earned breathe problem, Porsche. Abundant substance weakness, once she did sense a gold mirror, ladder guy of kitten, endemic. Shower nothing glass, grill booze, virus, taming torpedo, like with zealous old Otto Eros from petty nuclear sitars, married God to thank red glue flange girl, crying inactive in its stool stomach, transigent, bellicose, cheetah soap canoe landline in malicious, bulbous, early smirk smacked impotent, cart travel. Whisper a good head one time, tactically. Corpse mumbler, pom-pom tinkle grinder of emerald extraterrestrial rice battalion, butter a miracle. Of fire, bioprinting worm dancers aligned with full neighbor ticklers over a quintessential soundtrack. Glazed, erosion fashion, points heel. Follow fury, shadows pool. In table cheese, sneak the weevils in suitcases through restless lacquer whalers, icicle hunters, clear and oozing chastity factor. Despite mordant chevron, grilled sagacious falcon, tea burns in lettuce glass, the speedy shoe blue, unfortunate, philosophical delirium. Peace forms the solar intonation reversal decade. Acting as originated intervals oppose basic tone, transformation cusp, orbitals derived as distant pole music, telescopic. Hooray! Hooray! On Earth's flat Aries, furthest from mine, carrot jazz, different than Trojan sound, negated large harmonic place, placing from the farthest cosmic body's neighboring absolute counterpoint. Therefore, structures or age. House. Well, from beyond maps like massive basso, ether, writing seasons in ink, drawing lunar first light tones, to complex letter dependent rejection. alphanumeric aspects, raising perfect basic universe separation containing determined binary keys. Appears normal. Rays keep radio place with notated redshift productions, lunar ring, follicles, mainly guard augmented planets measured lunations, fundamentally noticed subtle instrument property forms, interpenetrate, new counter-punctual downward polar shaped salad rhythm. Sometimes dominant symmetric repeating sexagesimal word distances in the pendant loudness are different than pretext degrees a parsec considered circle muster larger than the temperature. Weak circle, bright, describe uranium tonal leap moon in ancient degrees of a dozen cosmic objects. Filled the bowl of watery affinity directly begins revisions smaller than astrolarity, terrestrial eccentricity, countervailing the transformative transformation to the age's third lesser in years to cluster chords, but flow 4 times the scale function to block cannon dwarf, contra, galaxy, patera line symbol anime. Functions name letter, same neutron. Egyptian, circling wavelengths, those astrological half-words, pamplemousse. Also, distant India composite, Uncle Children. Years of solidifying the legato, cure numbers of dispute range, heard producing punching pitch and still acts of combinational alfetta, orbit strong theology, formulate solar first moves by causing minor subordinate stone parts. Mind shadow. Below technical distances developing our geosynchronous capture. This in between is a used unit, analyzed astro, measure, portent, ancient duration in no small images. Elongation weather. Huh? Elongation weather. Elongation weather. Waves, worship cycle showers in outward quintessence for goddesses in cardinality, meaning androgens, plotinus, pulses in harmonic major induction water, as smaller particles inspire synchronous somethings to specialized particle sound worldviews separated in ancient made Persian, usually musical planets, preceded the shell from dust once dark in early retrograde asteroid, indicator, corruption photography, variations, techniques, conjunction forces overtake telescopic, aeolian, signals cycling debris triangle, galaxies normally believed in origin depth resembles transmorgified equinoxes as including indicted background malefics in satellite regions before cosmological atmosphere non-harmonic north given galaxies used as cold passage notation mixed with joyous type light temperament cadences to determine measurement direction colors excluded by Venus. Examples: elongation electrons, which point to long diatonic collisions celestially ring a law of Greenwich properties in imaginary occultation, voicings using unison angular sideways axis measures in Southern Blueprint. They are a system. Tidal intervals of ascension, of music metals, For black frequencies known in dignity forms, harmony, chants toward photosphere canons combine atonality. Everything chord, milky in augmented orbit, ascent with invisible universe, counter exposition, conclusion, stony in semitones, rotate a second base dominant particle type, while astral particles atmosphere the Earth through Neptune rulerships. According to Travel Buoy, they are cluster medicine and impressed by long block sequences, returning to diatonic rather than zodiac first star in diminished foreground containing chromatic theory, constant color mixes, passed stepwise, prograde according to harmonic interval equation, exclusion, attraction, synastry, composed in planetary distribution wavelengths, protoplanetary electromagnetic year clusters, archetypically fueled first by series entry to rotation ionized supermoon shorthand frequencies of cyclical beats in medium surgical, giving line to have etheric student unmoved in thin fertility, mundi continuous energetic Jupiter, theory times tending to observe wave circle loudness, and chord clouds. Chord clouds. Chord clouds. Chord clouds. Circumstellar worship, reaching uncommon constellation annulars, planting heaven planets globular between period performance and semi-magnetic Sharon ring and equal elliptical carbon cusp escape from fuse direction body single softness. Same if ideas affect eventuality, a prototype to portray a tonic, cataclysmic, extragalactic harmony of fifths to become largest horizon chord of antipathy. Although longest meteors reclassify counterpoint voices in third parallax mass, begin apogee eclipse stellar, state mind the apparent ellipse opposite of measured central Mercury freshly geocentric, primarily heliocentric. 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 Sun instrument. Periphery. Source does not the same deliverable blizzard in ascending midnight, but I'm from concentration conditions reflecting explosive signatures in component energetic pixel algorithms, while buoyant meteoroid motions denies decay and dines her passage upwards until pressure mechanics launch countries pleased from poof pods. Chance Space Werner subsystem pertaining to chemical downbeat, interferometer, which measures the necks gently, but first crimes burst space with light units in wombat wee dusk, music which can chlorophyll tonality disturbance. Atmosphere from front-side particles rear to the circular truck penetrating the radar with certainty, frosting rolling nothingness in hot body turkey module, solo fuel battery conjunction angle, peroxide, laminate, from where they form master main pin body as onions, centrifugal, including angle relief person in Fagerian declination onions, the last vicissitude of holy decade, the symbol curtains microwave, right? Look at the zenith grip. From the time below the world bare, a yop of fuel painted with fluid scanner, crossing saltpeter, activity for the deadline rides portable forever in eccentric musical head body as burn vehicle in magnetic meridian rings, rotation wheels gifted to explain equal angle pressure in giant bearing established speed, McTwist, and substantiality, access, the symphonic double donkey cut for square sound relationship in non-circular year, yelling deadlines at atom rockets charged with flanging counterclockwise wavelength lies, tetroxide, body murder, foam flight paths, cords flowing, nose equipment, PU remains spherical in steps of space, tail, moxie. Force curtains placed in attitude velocity sandpaper duration, a sack full of centimeters, minor Doppler must gain major half of lunar galaxy lively and can both produce generated contrafibulatories. If you let diametric longitudinal screening sound memory fly by innermost force during concerto orbit theorized jettison dizziness, compensating another mathematician pattern in light sensing wagon, a huge Deutsche air glow horizon. The way temperature attitudes relate to European antennae. Agreement coupled opposite Madison wishbone hydraulic transmitter in plasticky water doorway harmonies petroleum. Behavior reaching dehydration knife millimeters, half a ramp called profit, where Earth holds astronomical pimple carts against flight and Saturn chords, to have that Belgian surface decomposition from SAS hops and energetic thrust nose grind. Yellowish compartment hours, slipper froth, and allow fakey legs through round night rotation and publication control lunch tempo either happens in heaters or numbers conjunct propellers in progressive oxidized ellipticals. 5 Earth Chinese sun nodes hang inverse away from convergent task cooperation. Hinging skateboard hydration altitudes of regular transmission on Martian. Record equivalent structural point maneuvering head countries in sublime terrestrial chord apparatus propellers of centrifugal tammy bins, while intervallic particle fractions used as fuel body. 3 Island rocket. Referring there to doing the time invisible with cute distribution timing. Injected, rendered energetic in surrealistic wishbone effects. The wishbone is charged with conducting a suspended radiation bouquet, while warmed rocket motion attracts fields of white projectiles, as in night phenomena considered sheets of atmosphere from sunlight. Usually, where Chinese galaxies decelerate, we find gravity vampires orbiting medium metal in durations of spin transfer, nothing spaceplane bearing great influence when astronaut combustion trajectories in the year of heaven were but a wagon of period systems similar to French engine liquid or wavelength trousers. Azure argument attempt to control tonality, contention, and ballistic rest was something residing beyond humanity productions in quick cages that help to tie legs, square, or penetrate eyes to result in objects abrupt, interlaced, inertia. After the 2 compositions between replica acceleration and Sunship Blue computer guidance, flowing slipper projects that close kinetic electric unconscionable downlink would mean interrupted targets. Answer to squishy solar launch motions in adhesive launch gravity. Think about it. Lemon orange epitomology, Clot-teen skiing, banal resume, slam bitter, startle shippered, radiant, wad having red beard like chunk throne? Huh? False 12 dumpster, too treacherous insolent? Glib ocean jerk Mars, ceiling scrum jewels, cosmic pendulum? Chomper disciple, river fuck slips, sublurious turret? Sour cream ascension, Garuda, be sunshine, laugh, coded infinite 18 waterfall magic jade fusion? 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 You have been listening to This Isn't Just a Cult, a work of real fiction. This episode was written by Erik Blagsvedt, and it is part 8 of our audio version of his book, The Long Lightning, which you can purchase using conceptual currency. The book will then be delivered wherever you would like to send it. Don't listen to those naysayers who might tell you, no, you can't buy a book of abstract poetry and send it to a trendy wedding planner in Ashburn, Virginia. If you want to buy The Long Lightning and then use it to make papier-mâché puppets of 90s dance club mainstays delight, you have every right to do that. And if your greatest desire is to own a copy of Erik Blagsvedt's The Long Lightning, just so you can read it in the privacy of your own home, in a room made of processed cheese-like substances that are incapable of decay while dressed in your personal vision of the word gossamer. We here at This Isn't Just a Cult stand wholeheartedly behind that dream and encourage you to do it. To purchase The Long Lightning in its book form, check our show notes for a link. Voice performance for this episode was by me, Björ6n Oranj. The soundscape for this episode was by none other than Dorje Lamb. On the last episode, we had a couple of rare Dorje tracks, and you've heard him here as well as a member of the Halcyon Brothers during the Set Upon by Satellites era. All of the music on this episode is from Dorje's album Zero, which was released in August of 2020 and is available on Bandcamp. I highly recommend it. Seriously, it's great. Beautiful, beautiful listening pleasure. Check the show notes for a link. This Isn't Just a Cult is an art collective. You can learn more at thisisn'tjustacult.com. Personally, I'm a big fan of This Isn't Just a Cult, but I'm biased. I started it. I love what we are doing. I'm just tickled to be a part of this project. I'm so happy that you, the person listening to this right now, found out about this podcast. How did you find it? Was it a sign on a telephone pole featuring a drawing of a turtle with a dragon face? That's pretty common. Maybe you saw one of the ads played during the $6 Million Man between March 7th, 1973 and March 6th, 1978. Maybe it was the essay that Prime Minister Xavier Bettel of Luxembourg wrote for last month's issue of The Atlantic. You know what I've been doing? I've been going online and buying discount postcards from around the world. Then, once I have them in my home, I throw a dart at a map. Last week it landed on Boardman, Oregon. So then I sent a postcard to every address I could find in Boardman. On the back I wrote in crayon, "This isn't just a cult." I keep it simple like that. I figured they'll pick up on what I'm laying down and head on over to the website and look it up, or, just maybe try their favorite podcast app. Just spreading the word. You should too. Why not? Remember, only you can use your eyes to cut rice noodles that are too large for the spring roll you are creating. Use this power for good. Okay, thanks for listening. Part 9 of The Long Lightning should be coming soon, so if you're not subscribing, you might want to do that so you don't miss it.